Hello, everyone. I'm Cyrus Webb of Cyrus Webb Reviews, and today we're reviewing Superman, directed by James Gunn. Had a chance to watch the film on Friday, July the 11th, and I have to say, I had not been to the movies actually in 4 years. And so, when, of course, it was first promoted about the Superman movie coming out, I'm a big Superman fan. So I knew I wanted to go and see it in the theater. And I promise you, it did not disappoint. This is a different type of Superman. It really does, as I've heard people say, remind you of the comic book Superman. I love the fact that literally from the very beginning, we see Superman at his most vulnerable, but also as the film kind of goes throughout, we're able to see him with his greatest strengths as well. So for me, there were a couple of points that really stood out that I was excited to tell people about when I first watched the film. One of them is how Superman really does lean into his own humanity. He really is trying to do what is right, even if it may not be quote unquote following the rules. I love the fact that James Gunn was not afraid to go there with Superman and really showing that when it comes to pursuing justice, that there were links that he was willing to go through to do what was right, even though it was not always appreciated. The second thing that I thought was really interesting about this film is how, even though Superman, of course, is the quote unquote main attraction, this film really shows their strength in numbers, both for the individuals with superhuman strength as well as with humans as well. We're able to see them all being able to come together to do great things. And it really does show that even though Superman, with all of his strength and all of his abilities, that even he has to need others as well. And we're able to see that really come through in this film too. The third thing that I wanted to mention that I thought was really fascinating about what James Gunn did with Superman, and that is to be able to show that, you know what, a lot of times the choice is on us. I'm not going to go into the details of this, but there's this really big reveal that Superman realizes about his biological parents and maybe their thoughts for him and what he would become and what he would do. And it is about his really adoptive parents, especially his father, that's able to really help him understand exactly what it is when it comes to deciding for yourself what you want to do and who you want to be and the role you want to play. And that is a really big point, I feel like, as the film kind of goes into its final act, that Superman is able to realize. And I think it's a great reminder for all of us. Again, for myself, this movie from beginning to end, the time just flew by. It was one of those movies I not only enjoyed, so glad I got to experience it with others in the theater, and I think you guys will enjoy it too. Again, Superman out now, directed by James Gunn, one of those films you definitely don't want to miss.